Have you ever heard of the drama triangle? I don't know if you haven't. I think a lot of times you might hear about the drama triangle. That's not me. But I think that this mentality can kind of sneak up on us. I know it has snuck up on me for sure. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I have spent a fair share of time in my life in victim mode, especially the first year after Danny's disclosure. I totally felt like life happened to me, and I was doing my thing. I was doing what I should have been doing, and life just happened, right? I chose to be a victim to my circumstance, and I had a lot of friends confirming that, and which kind of just helped me to feel justified in that like victim mentality. So there's a book that I learned, I kind of just, because in doing my research, I pulled out an excerpt from a book by Brooke Castillo about getting out of the indicators of the victim mentality. So I'm just going to read some of those to you. So some indicators of victim mentality. Blame. Okay. So, I've heard people say, like, if only I had a different boss, then this would be better. If my husband could just get home from work on time, then X. If my husband didn't want dinner so late at night, then I wouldn't be overweight, right? Or, if this would happen, then I'd be better. If he could just figure out his career, we'd be fine, right? So when we use other people's actions as an explanation for our misery, we are abdicating responsibility for our own negative thoughts because of another powerful perpetrator in our lives, right? So we're the victim, there's like a persecutor, right? Another indicator of victim mentality might just simply be defensiveness. So if someone talks to you about something and you get really, really defensive. Another one I thought was kind of interesting is hiding, avoiding the spotlight, not wanting to share your feelings or put ourselves out there because someone might attack us. I have totally been there. And I've been there with the blame one too. I'm sure I probably have with all of them. And then complaining, like, poor me, poor this, self-pity thing. Complaining is a habitual thought process that spins into self-pity and feeling sorry for myself and feeling trapped. That's just a quote from the book. And one thing Brooke says is, it's all about you. So Brooke gives this example. If someone doesn't invite you to a party, you might think, oh, they did that to me. They excluded me on purpose. However, what really happened might have just been that they didn't invite you. It doesn't mean they did anything to you, but you might spin the facts to make it seem like something was done to you and that you are the victim of their invite list. And I can totally say I've thought that about myself if I didn't get invited to something, a girls' weekend or a party or, something like that. Like, I've totally been there. So I've related to a lot of these. And you know what? It's okay. Because me just recognizing that, I'm creating awareness in my brain. So I think it's okay. I'm creating awareness and new neural pathways are being formed. 3 years ago, I truly believed that I was a victim of my circumstance. And I realize now that I chose to think thoughts that elicited a feeling of powerlessness, which drove me to inaction and produced kind of more stagnant results in my life, right? So, but then through like my life coaching tools that I've learned, which I can show you if you want, I can show you some, I realized that this pattern was optional, and I chose to take ownership of my thoughts and my feelings and my results. And you know what the result is? The result is I am not a victim. I am 100% in control of me, and it feels amazing. And then just one more quote I wanted to read from Brooke. She says, what does it mean to be willing to feel any emotion that comes up? Any emotion you create with your mind, it means you're going to have to be courageous. You're going to have to walk into that experience with yourself and know that there is no emotion that can kill you. There is no emotion that will ever require you to hide from yourself. In this day and age, it's one of your best assets. It's the opposite of victim mentality, which creates defensiveness and learned helplessness. Now, does this mean that there are no victims ever in the world? No, it doesn't, especially when we were kids, kids might have been more, you know, kids that were abused or things like that. Like, yes, there is such thing as that. But as we get older and we're not in those circumstances anymore, it's our thoughts that are creating our pain and not like the actual experience from the past. Does that make sense? All right. See you later, my friends.